A university is not something that one simply opens, like a savings account or a jar of pickles. Any self-respecting academic institution was doubtlessly opened long ago by dignified people who wore bowler hats and spoke via subtitle. The world is a creation of the past, and it is our job to keep it all going and try not to touch anything.
Frequently asked questions. Yes, we are testing you. This is a test announcement, not a real announcement. Tuition fees are expensive, and education is priceless. Taking students for Scientography. Welcome, new students. We're more afraid of you than you are of us.
Sir Nigel Bickleworth on 2 Point Radio. It's me, Sir Nigel Bickleworth, the voice coming out of your radio here on 2 Point Radio. Isn't it a beautiful day in this little county of ours? Not that I'd know, of course. No windows in the old recording booth. And while I have made several written requests to our management, this is actually just the way I like it.
The timetable has now been published. Schedule your lives accordingly. Science lab. Students are reminded that this is the fun part.
If it's quite all right with you, I'd like to discuss crockery. Any objections? No? Delightful. Yes, I don't know who needs to hear this. I'd imagine it's most of you, but plating is not optional. When you slop food onto a tray, you turn your food into slop. Remember, we eat with our eyes. Though I'm sure some of you will take that as an instruction to start shoveling chowder into your sockets.
Students are reminded to set reminders. Education is non-refundable. Staff are reminded that dogs don't eat homework.
It's time for Agony Answers, where I solve one of your tiny little problems with minimal effort. The following is from Forlorn in Freshly. Nigel, the other day I accidentally left my dissertation on the bus. Could you please spread the word and see if I can get it back? Thanks in advance. Well, this is what you get for riding the bus. As for your request, I'd love to help you, I really would. But if I did, how would you learn? You see my dilemma?
Students are reminded that there's no such thing as free time. the longer you've been revising. Photography lecture, starting now. University gives you a bright future and clouds it with debt.
We all like a milkshake. But drinking too much milk can and will make you uncontrollably ill. Be safe and try to have very slightly less than that. This message is brought to you by the Milkmaid Corporation.
If it's not on your CV, it didn't happen. Not to me. Students are reminded to be in two places at once. To be inspirational.
Sir Nigel Bickleworth laughing at you, not with you, on 2 Point Radio. We can all do with an occasional chuckle. It keeps the blood fizzy and the vitals convivial. So I present to you this next piece of music that is sure to give us all a good, long laugh.
Unattended sandwiches will be eaten by me. Hard work may or may not pay off. Staff are reminded to care about students.
Oh, sorry. Wasn't that terrible? I needed that. On the subject of laughing, and indeed needing, I see that many of our country's students are petitioning for additional reading materials. Frankly, I find it very funny. If you didn't already possess all of the course materials, why would you start the course? How bizarre.
Plagiarism is not a belief system. Frequently asked questions. No, I will not be your friend. Doctor, return to the hospital. Thank you.
Today on Sir Nigel Reviews, I was faced with the formidable task of critiquing the inventively named Chewy Gum. Yes, I am tasked with assessing the various merits and shortcomings of this interminable taffy. I like a jaunt and a jape as much as the next fellow, but I draw the line at such chewy vulgarity as this. Chewy Gum, thanks, but no thanks.
Frequently asked questions. No, your chicken should not be pink. Students are reminded to find themselves. Students are reminded that some grades are personal. Frequently asked questions. No, I've not seen your frog.
We're approaching the twilight of today's radio voyage. If you're just tuning in, then I am sorry. But like ships in the night, we pass for only the briefest of nautical moments. Perhaps we'll meet again in some distant port. Perhaps you'll get your act together and tune in earlier tomorrow. Who knows? I've been Captain Bickleworth, righting ships, dropping anchors, and running out of sailor talk on 2 Point Radio. Ahoy!
Visitors should be checked in and then removed immediately. Frequently asked questions. No, you can't have an extension. Students are reminded that I'm not your mum. No unauthorized talking on campus. Thank you. Skills are not transferable. Distracted students should pretend that they're listening. Students are asked not to ask questions.
Harrison Wolf on 2 Point Radio. It's Harrison Wolf going through the county's sock drawer on 2 Point Radio. I just had a very big sleep, so it's going to be a lively one.
It's almost the end of the academic year, in case you hadn't noticed. Students are reminded that you came here on purpose. End-of-year results are now available. No unauthorized panicking. The academic year is over. Students must vacate the campus. The summer is a good time to relax and prepare for next year. If you hear this, please drink some water. Thank you.
Live music is like fresh fruit and vegetables, man. It's better than the stuff in a can, and when the opportunity presents itself, you gotta cram as much of it in you as possible. That's just sensible, healthy living. You can't have too much of a good thing. That's why they call it a good thing. When I was young, I used to stand right next to the speakers and drink it in until I couldn't hear a thing. That's how I knew I was full.
The administrator is reminded to stay hydrated.
Did you see those student protests at Mitten University the other day? It's all a little peaceful for my liking. Sure, I can respect the vibe, but sometimes you gotta ruffle some feathers. When I was at school, they took away mashed potato Tuesdays, so a few of us got into the school mascot's coop, and boy, did we ruffle that chicken. It was all friendly, of course, but they knew we meant business. Just some food for thought, my student comrades. Go get your mashed potatoes.
Students are reminded to have the time of their lives. Hitting the books doesn't mean what you think it means. The campus is expanding, even more than usual. Taking students for virtual normality. It's not your year, it's just another year. Welcome, new students. We're more afraid of you than you are of us.
of Quem Charlie has been overthrown by the evil green cruiser. From the Bay of Gravy to the Giblet Caves, this once succulent land has been turned a putrid green. There is only one who can save us now. Meat Wizard!
Explore a world of legend and lamb chops in Meat Wizard. Return of the